Yeah, Grania's going to do that next week. She's going to select 10 children, bring them in here from the Sticky Fingers Art House in Monaghan Street, and we are going to have a ball. Sean, pick yourself up at the ground there. Relax, take it easy. Jim Boylan from Warrenpoint is with me. The iconic Boylan television business of Warrenpoint. Men who have been around since television was a cathode ray tube, and radio was thermionic valves and diodes and triodes, electrons circling the nucleus, and the shunt of electrical energy, pumping it in the one direction. And if thousands of them, millions of them go in the one direction, come on lads, let's go! That's electricity.
You have baffled me already.
I know this. It's just my way. It's in my natural way. How are you?
Not too bad.
You will tell the people you're the man of one of the people behind the bridge, but it's been your pet project for as long as Pussy's been a cat. And here we are. We're on the cusp of an announcement. Danny Kennedy is now back from Brussels. He's back. His department are saying, Danny, public inquiry. Danny would be of a mind to go ahead with it. I think that's my reading of the situation. So, what you know, you're at the coalface. You have the ear of the great ones. What's the story?
Well, first of all, is the Warrenpoint Chamber of Commerce and the Narrow Bridge Committee, of which I'm part of, and there's a lot of people behind it.
Oh, I know this thing.
Yeah. Also, what the minister, and we have met him many a times, and he knows our feelings, and he knows the feelings of the people of Warrenpoint. I'm sure you yourself, being a resident of Warrenpoint, now know how deep this goes.
Oh, I do.
So it is a major decision by the minister, and it's a major decision by his whole department, a department that has failed to deliver.
Yeah.
They are on the cups of delivering something special now, and they should be reminded of that. This
thing is,
this cannot fail.
Yeah, this cannot fail, but there are 17 objections into the bridge. What are the objections? We know the muscle men are against it. We know the harbour has certain concerns, but what other objections are there to it?
Yeah, but I think the main objections are from the muscle men.
Yeah. But they've already dredged the lock into Armageddon. The horsemen of the nautical apocalypse have raced across the shore, the seabed of Carlingford Loch. They've dredged it till there's no sea life left in it. And one of the key players in the angling festival in Wales this weekend, a member of the Irish angling team, said this: no sea life, no fish life in Carlingford Loch. That's the responsibility of those who dredge the loch. So are they going to stop your bridge? Well,
hopefully not, and hopefully the minister can see through that. The minister needs to be strong and make his decision. We have ministers in Stormont who have been brave, haven't listened to their officials, and gone for the will of the people. This is the will of the people. Now, your question to me was pulled very, very passionately.
Yes.
More passionately than I can pull it.
Yeah.
And that is the feeling of the people of Warrenpoint. Yeah. The feeling of Warrenpoint to be getting up and saying to us, oh, get the muscle man out, get the muscle man out, get the muscle man out. We don't want to do that.
No.
We want
an accommodation.
Yeah, an accommodation. We're willing to accommodate. I know the offers that have been made to the muscle men. I know the accommodations that have made.
What sort of offers? What sort of accommodations?
Well, of the opening of the bridge. This is all meant to be navigational. The bridge opens. It's navigational. We have navigational waters. So there shouldn't even be an inquiry. Yeah. Shouldn't even be this length of time of making
a mind up. It's an administrative thing.
It is a minister.
The council deal with it, open it to allow the boats in and allow the boats out.
And that is very fair. But you're right in saying that the loch is being dredged. It's the only loch in Europe that allows dredging of mussels. The mussel men were pulled out of Strangford Loch and Belfast Loch. But I'm sure you heard the old Warrenpoint saying is, oh, anything's good for Warrenpoint. Well, I can tell you,
I have to say it felt like that when the dredging operation was first mooted. I couldn't understand, coming from the pristine waters of Strangford where I sailed, and when I experienced the pride of the people of Strangford Loch. I could when they said you will not dredge Strangford Loch, you will destroy Strangford Loch. I couldn't understand why the people of Southdown, the people of Carlingford, the people of Greencastle, the people of Warrenpoint, on River, why they ever allowed dredging to commence in the first place.
But it's been allowed because we, the people of Warrenpoint, are not noted for getting up and campaigning. They have campaigned, they have backed us the whole way. You talk about the 17 objections. What about the 1,500 plus endorsements from the people of Warrenpoint?
Yeah.
Do they mean nothing? Does the DRD officials that are sitting there not take into consideration that? Take the hotels, the guest houses, the money that has already been invested that needs these tours to come.
And interestingly invested on the day of the announcement that the bridge was going to get the go-ahead.
Yes.
People then stepped up to the plate, did it, and bought the premises and started repairing.
And another thing I hear about the farmers and the fishermen needing money because of the bad weather and that, and that's all fair enough, but what about the small businesses? What about the pubs and the hotels that have suffered and are still suffering in this economic climate? A bridge will open up the whole of the most beautiful part of the whole of Ireland.
Yep, I know this thing.
That's what this is doing. So there's passion and there's feeling there, and the minister has a big choice to make.
And I think it's also important to say, and we bear the Muscle men no ill whatsoever. We reckon there should be an accommodation for the Muscle men, that the right situation should be put in place to allow the boats to come and go and to facilitate their fishing. We don't want the fishing in that form for a start. Let's change it to having mussels growing on ropes that hang from rafts. Oh, that's there. But it's there, it's there, it's there. So let not the bridge be a reason to stop it. But I think when we go down the road of objections by any sectional interest, whether it be the baker, the candlestick maker, the butcher, whoever it is, no retail sectional interest can be allowed to stand in the way of the progress of an entire community.
Yeah, and this is what this is. But also there's a moral aspect to it. Like, if you take life is short. We're born and we have a short time here on this earth, and we're here to do good for everybody. We're here that we should be leaving this part of our being better than when we came into it. Now, the changes in Warrenpoint have been very little and have been gradual. There's been a lot of bad changes, okay, but it's our job to make it better for everyone. I'm not coming from a selfish background, and I hope not, but there is a lot of selfish interests out there. There's a lot of greed, and that's the modern world at the moment, and that's what needs to be changed. It's the minds of these people who are objecting need to be changed. That it's not just them, it's a wider people.
Okay, and if you're a Muscle man out there listening to this, and if you want to, this tea is available for you on Monday morning. So if you want to contact Destination Newry.com, you're welcome to come into the studio on Monday morning, and we will talk the issues which you feel to be important.
And
Jim,
can I just say again, we are not against the Muslim men. That's the only objection we have seen. We are for progress. We are for the Narwater Bridge. The Narwater Bridge is only the start of this. We're here to make Warrenpoint pull it back into the #1 tourist destination in this area.
Okay, go well, Jim. Thank you. Let's have music, Sean.